Hey friends, it's Mike here at Guitar Tricks, welcoming you to another YouTube video series. This one on picking exercises, working on dexterity and speed. And one of the greatest techniques that you can learn as a guitar player at any skill level is alternate picking. So we're going to start off with this first video right at the beginning, talking about strategies to work on this picking technique. Now, alternate picking, as the name suggests, is alternating between a downstroke and an upstroke. So to pick with this, you would go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, a lot of beginner players start with either all downstrokes or all upstrokes, and that's great, getting used to everything. But you can't start too soon with this technique, as it is the most common picking technique and is useful for pretty much anything you want to play on the guitar. Okay, so let's start off by focusing on just the picking technique with open strings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get my arm all nice and relaxed. Okay, try to get away any tension or any locking up of that arm. Where the picking really comes from is just a relaxed arm and a little bit of wrist movement back and forth, okay? So try it a little bit. You can go slow and really focus on trying to make that upstroke sound very similar and consistent to what that downstroke sounds like. Okay? I've got my arm coming in around 45 degrees into the strings here. I've got my thumb and index finger holding the pick with the tip of the pick out towards the string, coming in at 90 degrees there. Now, everybody's got a slightly different little approach here, so this is just a good place to start, and you may have to adjust it a little bit to get it to feel natural to you. Okay, notice where the placement is of my karate chop is just down here by the bridge, okay? What you want to have is your arm as relaxed as possible, and then bringing it up and down on like a swivel here as you go from the lower strings to the high strings. Okay? All right, so really work on trying to get a nice consistent sound out of it. All right, now, one of the best ways to practice this, and really to practice anything, is using a metronome. A metronome will give you a click track at a steady tempo to work on your timing and also work on this technique to build your speed and dexterity. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my metronome here. It's set at 78 BPM, and what I'm going to do is an exercise that picks the open strings, a down, up, per open string, and go all the way up the strings. And I'm going to focus on picking the downstrokes and upstrokes and locking them right on where the click happens. Okay, so this is going to really help your timing and really start to straighten out this technique for you. Okay, one thing I should mention is that I'm going to be muting the strings as I leave one string into the next string. So for example, the open low E string, in order to cut that off to get me ready for the next string and set of picks, I'm just going to touch some flesh on that and mute the string. You can just lightly touch it and cut it off from ringing out. Okay? So here we go with the metronome. You hear that steady click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you see the idea there. You can go up the strings, you can come back down, and just do this for a couple minutes out of your practice routine every day and start raising the tempo a little bit. You'll start to get more and more comfortable with this technique. In some of the future videos, we'll dive a little bit deeper into some great exercises and speed building techniques to work on this even further. All right, Thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you on the next one.